I was sipping cocoa by my farmhouse window when my sewage system's monitor pinged. An unauthorized draw from my outdoor outlet, rigged to power my septic pump. Karen Miller, HOA tyrant, and her cronies have been plugging their holiday lights into my outlet daily, thinking they'd scored free electricity. They didn't know the outlet was tied to my sewage system, and every plug-in churned their clubhouse with a foul surprise. Karen, who'd siphoned my power, stolen my truck, and crashed my pool party, had trespassed onto my private, county land outside her HOA's reach to leach my outlet. She was clueless that my cameras caught her every plug. My system logged the surges, and I, Sarah, the farmer, Meadow Mart owner, conservationist, SWAT trainer, and federal health inspector, had wired the outlet to teach thieves a messy lesson. Her light show wasn't just theft, it was a federal crime, and I was about to flush her scheme with a stinky reality check. I stood by the outlet, phone filming as Karen's cords ran to her clubhouse, now reeking faintly of sewage. Neighbors, sniffing the air, gathered, chuckling. This wasn't just stolen power. It was Karen's grossest blunder, blind to my setup and the law. My heart raced, but a laugh escaped. She thought she could light her clubhouse with my outlet? I was about to turn her plug-in into a viral disaster, with my sewage system as the star. What unfolded wasn't just unplugging her lights. It was a masterclass in property rights, tech ingenuity, and community hilarity that left Karen humiliated, her HOA dissolved, and Crescent Meadows roaring. My outlet wasn't just a socket. It was her downfall, and the sewage was her wake-up call. Karen's cords were her filthiest mistake, and my system was about to clean house. Crescent Meadows was a bold suburb, its snow-dusted fields, twinkling lights, and my Meadow Mart cafe, a fierce stand against Karen Miller's HOA tyranny. Once burdened by bans on unapproved decorations and excessive power use, it now thrived, with my 50-acre state-leased ranch and my farmhouse on unincorporated county land as its core. My outdoor outlet, tied to my septic pump for maintenance, was HOA exempt, monitored by cameras, and a system that logged every unauthorized draw with a sewage surge. I'm Sarah, the farmer, conservationist, SWAT trainer, Meadow Mart owner, and federal health inspector who'd crushed Karen 30 times, buying Meadow Mart after a farm stand ban, exposing her assault on Lily, stopping her fishing derby, evicting her fishing club, jailing fake HOA cops, rallying for a pilot's defiance, retrieving my tow tractor, shutting down her cop call on my fence, backing Ibrahim Traoré, ejecting her security patrol, protecting the Thompsons, winning court for my wrecked car, defending my mom's cold stand, exposing her 911 call on Senator Ellison, grounding her airline stunt, nailing her bank meddling, restoring my water pipe, towing her SUV, saving my mom's nurse, rescuing Emma from her kidnapping, saving Liam from her brick attack, foiling her field grab, scaring her with my bear, Bruno, defending Emma's wheelchair, stopping her 911 call on my ranch, saving Max from her clippers, voiding her lake fine, saving my pool party, recovering my stolen truck, and foiling her power theft. My outlet, a decoy for thieves, was my trap, wired to churn sewage when tampered with. Karen Miller, mid-50s, was a desperate bully, her clipboard a flimsy prop for her control obsession. Exiled, jailed, and bankrupted, she'd plug her holiday lights into my outlet, thinking it was community power, unaware that her act was felony utility theft, my land was private, and my sewage system was active. Her scheme, backed by a few HOA diehards, relied on stolen watts, blind to my cameras and the stench. Key allies included my mother, Ellen, a sharpshooter with dialysis, Tom, my biologist friend who monitored my lake, Linda, the councilwoman who backed my fights, Lily, my waitress-turned-leader, and the Thompsons, especially Dr. James Thompson. Deputy Harris, my SWAT friend, led the response, and my FBI contact, Agent Laura Chun, was ready to escalate. The Crescent Meadows Forum, our digital hub, would amplify the stink. The setting was a chilly December evening in 2025 at my outdoor outlet near my farmhouse on a county road, where Karen's cords powered her clubhouse lights. The sewage system's hum and faint odor betrayed her theft. My cameras, wired for ranch and outlet safety, caught her plugging in daily. Neighbors, smelling the foul air, gathered, laughing. Karen's theft was a federal crime, and her ignorance of my sewage trap was her fatal error. This wasn't just about an outlet. It was Karen's final assault on Crescent Meadows' freedom. For me, it was a chance to protect my ranch, expose her crime, and unite our community with a laugh. As I filmed, I knew this fight would echo our victories and flush Karen's schemes. Karen's theft was a smelly fiasco. Free power for HOA lights, her cronies bragged, their cords lighting the clubhouse as my septic pump churned, flooding their basement with sewage. I filmed, shouting, "This is my private land, Karen. Your lights are stealing my power." Her panicked face, caught on camera, froze. She hadn't expected the stench. I called Harris, who chuckled. "Utility theft with sewage? She's flushed." Ellen, soothing Emma and Liam, texted my system logs, saying Karen's in deep. Linda vowed to bring county officials, noting stealing power with a sewage trap. Prison. I alerted Agent Chun, who laughed. "This is FBI-level stupidity. We're coming." Neighbors swarmed, filming the cords and sniffing the air. My forum post exploded. "Karen stealing my power. Sewage system caught her." Hashtag Karen plugged the sewage and hashtag protect Sarah's outlet trended, hitting 12 million views. Jake, my barista, live streamed from Meadowmart, showing my logs and the clubhouse stench. "Crescent Meadows smells justice," he said, hitting 15 million views. Lily handed out flyers about utility theft laws, explaining Sarah's outlet is private. Karen's a fool. Karen's HOA cronies, a duo with signs, community lights. Try to defend her, but neighbors drown them out, chanting Sarah's outlet. Mia, my farmhand, filmed the cords catching Karen's prints. I share my camera clip. Karen's lights trigger my sewage. She's stinking. The video hit 100 million views. James Thompson arrived, saying, "She targeted us too. We're testifying." His federal clout rattled Karen's cronies. Harris's SWAT team and Chin's FBI unit arrived, gagging at the clubhouse odor. "They're pulling 3,000 watts, Chun said, showing me the surge logs. I live-streamed. Karen's lights are sewage-powered. She's caught. The stream hit 250 million views, with news vans circling. Comments flooded. "Sarah's a genius." "Karen's gross." Linda arrived with a county health officer, announcing Karen's theft is felony utility theft and a health hazard. The crowd chanted outlet. Outlet, as Karen's cronies fled. The FBI found Karen in the clubhouse, unplugging cords amid the stench. Harris cuffed her as I checked my systems logs. Karen rambled, "The HOA needs lights, but Chun held up my footage." "You're under federal arrest," she said. The forum planned a clean power day at Meadowmart, with music and utility rights talks. Karen's lie about community power collapsed. My outlet owed nothing. The stage was set, not just to unplug her, but to crush her reign and rally Crescent Meadows around my outlet. Her lights were her end, and my sewage was my triumph. My outlet was a stinky fortress of justice. Karen stood cuffed in the reeking clubhouse, trembling as Harris and Chun inspected her cords. The livestream hit 300 million views, with hashtag Karen plugged the sewage and hashtag protect Sarah's outlet trending globally. Neighbors packed the road, waving signs, "Sarah's power. No HOA stench." News crews broadcast live, anchors calling it a farmer's trap versus HOA filth. The air stank, and I was ready to flush Karen. Tom addressed the crowd, voice clear. "Sarah's outlet is private, HOA-exempt county land." Karen's theft triggered a sewage surge. He showed my logs and camera footage, proving her crime. Neighbors laughed, sharing the clips online. Ellen handed out flyers, saying, "Sarah's our cleaner." Karen's fouling our air. The forum surged, "Karen's a mess. Sarah's our hero." A viral tweet read, "HOA Karen plugs in a sewage-powered outlet. Doesn't know it's a trap. Hashtag Karen plugged the sewage." Karen yelled, "It's just lights." But Shin held up my footage, stating, "You stole power and caused a health hazard, felony." Her face crumpled. She hadn't known my sewage trap. National utility groups joined X, posting, "Karen's attack on Sarah's outlet is a disgrace." Support Crescent Meadows. The Change.org petition, Justice for Sarah's Outlet, hit 18 million signatures with comments like Sarah's a legend and Karen's done. Linda spoke to reporters, voice firm. Sarah's outlet and ingenuity are our pride. Karen's theft threatens us all. She announced a council motion to fine the HOA $550,000 and ban all operations. The crowd roared, chanting clean power. The HOA, gutted by scandals, leaked texts disavowing Karen. She's toxic. Neighbors guarded my outlet as my farmhands patrolled the ranch. I grabbed the megaphone, heart pounding. Karen thought she could steal my power, but I'm a federal inspector, and my outlet's a trap. I proposed a Clean Power Day at Meadow Mart with septic demos, music, and a fundraiser for clean energy, inviting all. The crowd cheered, volunteering to clean the clubhouse. I shared online, Karen's lights stank. Join us for Sarah's power. The livestream hit 400 million views, with hashtag Clean Power Day trending. Comments flooded. Sarah's unstoppable. Karen's flushed. Karen made a last stand, yelling at Shun, "The HOA's above you." But Rachel, my attorney, arrived with a federal indictment. "You're charged with utility theft, trespass, and health violations," she said, as Harris tightened her cuffs. The crowd parted, phones filming her walk to the FBI van, noses pinched. Jake's stream hit 600 million views, with comments like, "Bye, Karen." Outlet wins. News ran headlines. Federal inspectors' sewage trap crushes HOA Karen's power theft. Lily organized kids to paint clean power signs, while Tom tied it to my lake, saying, "Sarah protects our land." Harris cut the cords and neighbors cheered. Chun secured my outlet, and Linda promised county funding for a crescent flush sign, marking its status. The stage was set for a victory that would protect my outlet, end Karen's reign, and show Crescent Meadows' power. Karen was cuffed, but what happened next would shock everyone. The federal courthouse roared with justice as Karen faced trial, my outlet secure. The livestream hit 700 million views, with hashtag Karen plugged the sewage and hashtag protect Sarah's outlet trending worldwide. Neighbors packed the gallery, waving clean power signs as news crews filmed. I held the megaphone, my roles as federal inspector, conservation head, and SWAT trainer now a verdict, my evidence our blade, ready to flush Karen. Judge Alvarez, a federal veteran, called order. "Ms. Miller, you're charged with utility theft, trespass, and health violations," he said. Rachel presented my footage, showing Karen plugging into my outlet. "The plaintiff's outlet is private, tied to a sewage system," she said. The gallery laughed, phones filming for the forum, where comments surged. "Karen's done. Sarah's our queen." Chin testified, voice sharp. Karen's theft caused a health hazard and violated federal law. She showed the cords, sparking chuckles. Linda announced the council's $550,000 HOA fine and dissolution vote. The crowd chanted outlet, outlet, as kids waved painted plugs, symbols of our win. Tom showed my system logs, proving Karen's intent. "Sarah's trap flushed her," he said, sparking applause. I unveiled a crescent flush sign sketch, county-backed, to mark my outlet status. "This power is mine, not Karen's," I said, sharing it online, a plug under a state seal. The forum erupted. "Perfect. Sarah's legacy." Alvarez reviewed the evidence, footage, logs, cords, calling it overwhelming. Karen, pleading not guilty, claimed, "I didn't know it was sewage." But Rachel played her clubhouse footage, exposing her lies. Alvarez ruled, guilty on all counts. For years for Miller, $1.4 million in damages to Sarah, and HOA dissolution. The gallery roared as Karen slumped, broken. My digital dossier, footage, logs, indictments, was handed to the press, ensuring conviction. News ran it live. Federal inspectors' sewage trap halts HOA Karen's power theft. The crowd surged, music blaring as Clean Power Day plans took shape. I gave a mic to Liam, who shone. "Our outlet's clean," he said, grinning. Neighbors hugged him, guarding our ranch in solidarity. This wasn't just Karen's defeat. It was Crescent Meadows' triumph, proof our ingenuity could outshine theft. As my outlet hummed, justice flowed. Karen's conviction was Crescent Meadows' victory. News ran headlines like Sewage Trap Defeats, HOA, Karen's Power Theft, and Sarah's Outlet Triumphs. The livestream hit 1.2 billion views, with hashtag Karen Plugged the Sewage trending for weeks. Fan art of my outlet as a justice symbol flooded the forum, and utility groups invited me to speak. Talk shows called, but I stayed grounded, saying this is about our home. Clean Power Day was a sensation. Thousands joined, neighbors, kids, Harris's team, touring my ranch, dancing, and unveiling the Crescent Flush sign. Meadowmark catered, and Tom led eco talks, tying the outlet to my lake's bluefins. The event raised $1 million for clean energy, and state leaders hailed it as a model. The forum buzzed with photos. Sarah's outlet shines. No more Karens. The HOA was eradicated. Linda's vote fined it $550,000 and dissolved it, with new laws banning utility theft. Karen got 4 years, was banned from Crescent Meadows, and vanished to a prison cell, reportedly arguing over rules. Don't plug like Karen became a local joke painted on outlets. My outlet became a tourist draw, with visitors posing by the sign. Meadow Mart and my farm stand soared, the cafe hosting flush nights with music and utility rights talks. Tourists flocked to Sarah's outlet, boosting sales. Neighbors brought gifts, mini plugs, badge patches, saying my trap inspired them. Tom's data showed my lake thriving, celebrated at a community feast. The digital dossier, footage, logs, verdicts, was studied for utility laws, influencing policy. Lily mentored kids, painting eco signs for the ranch. The forum planned a flush fest, with music, septic demos, and SWAT drills, cementing our spirit. Sarah turned Karen's theft into our triumph. One post read, I hired teens to monitor my outlet, giving them pride. At the fest, under a Flush Forever banner, Linda toasted, to Sarah, Emma, Liam, and Crescent Meadows, where traps defeat thieves. Fireworks burst, kids danced, and my outlet hummed. Karen's chords have been a spark, but we built a legacy. Meadow Mart, my ranch, and my outlet were our stronghold, proof no bully could foul our freedom. As stars shone, I knew Crescent Meadows would always stand clean, proud, and unstoppable.